Thank you for checking out another video. We are at the river, mate.
We are. The mighty River Wye.
Indeedy. Fourth venture down, mate.
Yes.
We had some good inside information a little while back.
We did.
So we've made a few trips down and sort of figured that out as we went along. I suppose we better start with the sort of first trip before we come on to what's just happened today, mate.
Yeah, so the first trip, like on any venue really, trying to find our feet a little bit.
Definitely.
We found some fish. I think we ended the day with 4 barbel and a few chub between the two of us.
We did.
So,
which, you know, compared to the last few trips we had at other stretches, it was actually very welcome, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it really was.
Because
yeah.
Other than a few chub and the odd couple of barbel, it was pretty poor the last couple of seasons.
It has. We have struggled on the wire a little bit, but we had this stretch recommended to us, so yes. We thought we'd come down. It's a general day ticket stretch, so it's not private stretch or anything like that.
No.
Free access.
Me and Mark are not special. We don't have exclusive access to
Definitely
any venues. But yeah, no, just day ticket. So that's,
yep.
You know, one for everyone and highly recommend.
Yeah, so we had the first trip, did that together, learned quite a lot.
Yeah.
Made use of the bailiff, who was great, telling us a few bits and pieces as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, really just walked the river, found a few spots, caught a few fish. I couldn't wait to come back. So
he left me.
I did.
I was at work.
I snuck back down on a Sunday and had a session down here on my own. The river was coming up. I'd been watching the river for a few days. River was coming up. Terracotta colour. But yeah, I had a really good day that day.
One of your best sessions, wasn't it?
It was one of my best ever barbel sessions. Ended up with 11 barbel and a couple of chub.
Very nice. Some good sizes as well.
Yeah, up to just under £9 that day. A lot of them were 7 and 8s. It was a really good day. Got a proper soak in mind. It did not stop raining all day. And the bites actually were all in between the rain. So as soon as the rain stopped, I'd start to get a flurry of bites. Then as soon as the rain came down again, it stopped.
Which is quite interesting, so it's exactly what we found again today, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, our third trip was last Sunday.
Yes, that wasn't particularly great.
It wasn't. We walked the river multiple times. I think we ended up fishing 6 swims for 4 chub.
I'll be the first one to admit I am a bit out of shape, and that was an absolute ruler. Up and down, obviously, in and out of the field, through the gates, over the hurdles
Styles and
stuff,
things,
mate.
yeah.
But yeah, no, we put in 110% effort and had a few chub for our sort of effort. Yeah, so I mean, it was a little bit disappointing, but again, you know, we learned a bit more. We got some more information and came back and put it all right today, mate.
Yeah, so. Again, I've been watching the river for the last few days, saw it slowly creeping up, and against Steve's better judgment, I think.
I was not keen to come today, I'll be the first to admit it. I was a bit like, we could go somewhere local and catch a fair few carp on a commercial or something like that, but no, Mark, you know, fair play to him, said no, we're going to the river. And I was like, right, let's go, let's do this.
But I have to admit, when we first caught sight of the river at first light this morning, I was slightly concerned. It was up a little bit more than I thought. It was tanking through, but within the first half hour, we had our first barbel in the net, which was a massive relief.
Definitely. Mark thought that was it, and he got off lightly. I'm like, well, we've got to do better than one. I mean, don't get me wrong, one's better than none.
Definitely.
But we're like, you know, again, come all this way. And yeah, did all the prep work. As Mark doing all the rigs and the bait prep and the solid, you know, the solid bags. I'm thinking carp fishing, funnel bags. So yeah, all of that preparation and stuff. So it was like, yeah, it's got to be worthwhile. But it's really come round today, hasn't it?
It really has. Yeah, I think this morning we were getting probably a barbel every hour, maybe.
Really good.
Through the morning.
Yeah.
And then just before midday, everything just came right. Really. This morning the sun kept coming out, and it definitely affected the fishing. When the sun was bright overhead, it definitely killed the bites a little bit.
Effect, didn't it?
Yeah, and then as soon as the cloud cover came back over,
So between the sun and the rain, downpours, that were the quieter sort of parts of today. But other than that, conditions have been perfect.
They really have.
And like Mark said, it was, I think, possibly even 2 an hour for the first couple of hours.
And the rivers slowly come up all day as well. So we have had to adjust how we've been fishing because spots that we could hold a bait on this morning. Sorry.
Oh, that's Mark into another barbel. We will spin the camera around and yeah, hopefully see and land another.
They are just, in this flow today, they are just something else. It's everything you expect from barbel fishing, really. They're just like torpedoes today.
Well, that's the worst netting I've ever seen. Well, happy ending. Mark did land that barbel.
He did.
And where did we get to? So yeah, it was patchy in between the sun and the rain. 2 an hour up to about midday.
Yes.
We had a bit of a quiet period, didn't we? Between 12:30, 3:30?
Between 12:30 and 3:30 because it was pretty torrential rain on and off for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But as we said earlier, every time the cloud covers come over today, the barbel have definitely responded.
100%.
And yeah, we've taken advantage of it when we can, really.
In between hiding under the brolly.
Yes.
But yeah, no, and then literally after 3:30, it sort of really kicked back in again, didn't it, mate?
It did, yeah, and down the inside line this time as well, which was quite useful because it was getting harder to get the gripper leads to hold bottom out near the middle. So yeah, we've been using simple running rigs today, which is my normal go-to with barbel. Keep everything very, very simple.
Yep.
I like using the flat corded gripper leads.
Yep.
So we've been using 3 and 4 ounce versions today, depending on the flow.
Yeah. Material for hook lamps?
So the Corda Basics braid.
Perfect. Why braid and not mono? I suppose we can ask these questions. I haven't done a lot of barbel fishing, and obviously we've done a lot of tweaks over the last so many sessions based on each trip, really, haven't we?
So the River Wye is a real sorry, got another bite.
Oh, he's this has literally been how it's been for the last few hours. We will get to telling you how many bites and barbel he's landed, but we'll just quickly finish off running through the basic setup, a little bit about the bait, and then the ending. But absolutely incredible day. So please stay tuned. I will spin the camera back around and we'll see if we can get this one in.
So this will probably be the last fish of the day, but you never know. It's just been an awesome session. I just can't tell you how great the session has gone for us, really. Probably my best day's barbel fishing ever. The river coming up, the colour, the really ultimately smelly baits that we've used, I think have all helped bring it all together.
Well, apologies for the second interruption. How rude of you, Mark.
I know, I do apologise.
But yeah, landed another one.
We did, yeah. So
£6, 1 ounce.
Yep.
So pretty much the average today, or slightly bigger?
There's probably
We've had a few small ones, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We've had some upper 6s, some 7s, and we've had a 9 as well. So yeah, it's been I can't tell you how good a day it's been, really. It's probably my best ever session on the Wye.
Without
for the
question,
barbel.
incredible. Well, I haven't seen anything, and it's not something we've come across, is it?
No.
Not in sort of recent years anyway, but do you want to tell them how many bites you've had today?
So we have had 22 bites.
Incredible.
So we've had 16 barbel in the net,
Yep.
3 chub.
Yep.
And we lost a couple of chub at the net. They threw the hook, going mental at the net.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, what a fantastic day, really. I think we've been lucky. Everything's been right. We've been able to get down here today. We've watched the river for a few days.
Yeah.
As we said earlier, we've been using very simple running rigs, gripper leads, braided hook lengths. The reason I use braided hook lengths on the Wye is that there is so many rocks, sharp rocks on the bottom that in the past when I've tried mono, it just gets cut off all the time.
And I don't. Had a few cut offs in previous trips, haven't we?
Yeah.
So.
You don't really want to leave a fish with a hook in it.
Well, today with all of those bites, other than the 2 chub at the net, you've not lost a single setup at all.
No.
You know, so every single barbel and chub almost, you know, hooks and landed apart from 2 at the net. So, I mean, you know, that's, I think, proof in the pudding as it is. And literally today we have seen trees come down, haven't we?
We have.
Trees just sort of go all the way you know, past and huge, great big branches and all sorts of things.
Yeah. So we've been using 2 to 3 foot hook lengths because I think it makes a more natural presentation.
Yeah.
Size 8 barbel hooks. You know, you don't need small hooks for these fish. They've got mouths that could swallow a tennis ball, really.
Yeah.
Bait wise, we've been using dumbbells wrapped in the matching paste. So it's our Blitz dumbbells we've been using today.
Yeah.
Wrapped in the matching paste and dipped in our new garlic ellipse oil. And then a little small golf ball size.
Yeah.
Funnel mesh bag of the small and medium ellipse pellets. So the water is so coloured, honestly, in the margins even you can't see the bottom. No. So we knew that when we're fishing these conditions we needed something ultimately smelly, and believe me, this stuff does. I am not going to be popular when I get home tonight.
It is a honker, but you know, without doubt, obviously based on the last few trips as well, you know, it's been an incredible sort of return back to the market, isn't it, Blitz?
It is. It's something that I've been on at Steve for a long time to bring back, because I've never found a bait better for the barbel. It's awesome, and it's done us proud today, you know, in these quite hard conditions, but yeah, we've had an awesome day.
Absolutely fantastic, mate. I think that, you know, almost wraps it up. I mean, we've covered the you know, the simple tactics. You know, I'm relatively new to the barbel fishing, and you know, I understood it, so it can't be that, you know, complicated. Bait, very, very simple, but you know, old school classics, combining, you know, the ellipse pellets, ellipse oil with obviously the twist of the garlic. You know, garlic doesn't need introduction into the barbel world. You know, been used for decades. You know, proven winner. Combine the two, you know, job done.
Yeah.
And yeah, paste wraps, again, another sort of go-to, but just incorporating that revamped Blitz, which obviously there will be a bit more information sort of coming to the market over the, you know, next couple of months, depending on when we manage to get this video out. But full credit, Mark keeps saying we in these clips. I'm not actually fishing today. I fished previously, but Mark has literally had all of these bites, done all of this work, you know, on his own. You know, 22 bites, 16 barbel landed, plus some chubs. Hats off to you, mate. Literally, my hat's gone today.
It has been fantastic. I've loved every minute of it. And, yeah, it's a session that will take a long time to forget and a long time to beat, I think.
If you guys do have any questions regarding the tackle, the stretch, you know, the bait, you know, just drop us a message, leave a comment. Thank you for staying, you know, to the end of the video. I know some of it can be long-winded, but we try to keep it as short and sweet as we can. We will definitely be out on the bank. We've got a lot planned over the next coming months. So yeah, you know, hit that like button and stay tuned to the channel, mate.
Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you later.